make a motherfucking beat.
It's time being broke, baby, come and get this money. We be up real late, we be tripping early mornings. I'm just trying to see the world, I'm just trying to live lonely, ride around in the foreign, give a fucking bitch money. I'm just in it for the money, baby, get about your feelings. I don't be no lovey-dovey, I ain't fucking with nobody, I'm just in it for the money, yeah.
What's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy ZAYWIDDAFITTY, man. We back with another banger, bro. I can tell that you guys really liked the last video, at least getting a decent amount of views on it. And on this video, we are going to go over what do you need to run the ESS supercharger on your Coyote. First of all, we're gonna start obviously with the basics. You need the supercharger. So I went with the G3 kit, and I'll tell you why. Before I even get into the supercharger kit that I got, there's 3 levels with ESS. There's a G2, the G3, and then the G4, like 95, something like that. G2, I mean, that one's like 650, 750 max, maybe 800, something like that. G2 is rated for 700 and 950 wheels. So that's where I want to be at right there. So I didn't want to go with the G2 and, you know, be limited, because I know I'm going to want more for sure. And then the G4, I mean, that one's good up to 1,000 wheels, something like that. So first of all, get your supercharger kit. That's the supercharger kit I went with, the G3. Also, another reason why I went with that one is because it has the bigger intercooler. You can't see it, but it's hiding right there. I'll post a picture right now of what it looked like. It comes with the bigger one. For cooling purposes, that's why I wanted to go with that one. Another thing you need, number 2, for a supercharger or this ESS tuning kit, you need to start worrying about fueling, especially when you're talking about a high compression engine like the Coyote. With the supercharger, you want fueling to be there. I kind of went with like the basics to run this kit. I did the 1000cc injectors by Detchworks, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Lund basically gave me 2 options as far as helping move more fuel. One, just do a booster pump, keep the stock fuel pump. 2, you just skip the BAP and you get rid of the stock fuel pump and you get the DW400 fuel pump. That's the route I went. So as far as fueling goes, I just have injectors and the fuel pump. I'll go into the fuel pump situation a little bit later. I don't want to confuse you guys, all right? Another route for fueling you guys can go is an actual fuel system. Once you guys get a fuel system, I mean, you guys are ready for E85. So if you guys got deep pockets to do the tuning, the supercharger, the install, and then a fuel system, go for it for sure. That'll be your safest bet, is going with the fuel system. 4 Innovations, that's what I'm going to go with later on. Number 3, another thing you need to do a supercharger on your Mustang Coyote platform, you need a tuner. ESS doesn't provide their own bass tune, anything like that. So whoever you guys feel comfortable with tuning your car, that's what I would recommend. You know, get a good reliable tuner. I went with Lund. They're known, they're proven, so that's why I went with Lund. I know Palm Beach Dyno has tuned these cars as well. Out here in Sacramento, we got AD, Z-Mod. I'm sure they would have no problem with the supercharger, especially because I hear these tune very, very well, more or less like a Pro Charger. So 1, you need the kit. 2, worry about fueling. 3, you need a tuner for a fact. All right. Another thing, number 4, I'm going to recommend you guys get a nice tire. It looks flat like that just because we're at an angle right now, but you need a tire, bro. I mean, these things break traction all motor 500 wheels, so definitely recommend a nice tire. I do have a set of 4-star F14s, a full set with the skinnies in the front, but I mean, I was able to come up on these welds that I cannot pass up, so I'm saving for the front runners now. But yeah, I recommend you guys get a tire. That's number 4 on the list to supercharging your car, or else you're not going to go anywhere. Also, I just want to show you guys real quick, ESS sent the nice emblem. I painted it black. It came the ESS tuning, but technically, since I'm not tuned by them, I just put the ESS. I bet you I got some people like, what the hell is an ESS Mustang? What is that? And speaking of fueling, right now, I'm going to be honest, guys, I would have been posting way more videos, but right now I'm kind of running into a fueling issue. Like I said, Lund recommended, hey, just do the DW400 fuel pump, and you won't have to do a BAP, you know? And then I did the injectors. Well, as we're doing wide open throttle pulls, just to see how healthy the car is and see if it's happy, it started dropping fuel pressure. I don't know why. It's not supposed to. The fuel pump does not need a BAP. If you guys are going to comment, hey, it needs a BAP, technically, no, it doesn't. That's what the fuel pump is for. You don't need a BAP. In this case, I've been digging and searching. I checked out the fuel pump, make sure that there's no hoses that are loose. There was nothing loose. Everything was connected properly. I doubled and triple checked, I promise. So I was looking up, and I just looked up DW400 fuel pressure drop, something like that. Lund car, Whipple, running like a 3.7 pulley, something like that. Basically the same injectors and fuel pump. Just like Lund said, he's dropping fuel pressure as well. He tried a BAP, and that worked. What happened, I don't know. I got one on order, so as soon as I got one on order, I finished data logging the car. We're gonna have it so you guys can really see the potential. But I remember on my base tune, I data logged it incorrectly at watt when I was limited to about 5,500 RPM, and I just stepped into it, and man, it freaking ripped. So I'm waiting to get that feeling again, you know what I mean? I just wanted to show you guys what it takes to, you know, run the ESS supercharger. Of course, you can go deeper as far as building the blocks, leaving it. I'm not going all the way there yet, so I'm not going to get into that. This is kind of like just the basics of what you need to run this kit, or any supercharger kit, really. Last thing, I know you guys are probably going to ask about OPGs. I didn't do it yet. Here's why. My buddy Jason, he's a well-known Ford tech, builds Coyotes all day long. Gen 3s aren't really seeing that problem until about 13 psi or so, as far as the crank sprocket and the oil pump gear goes. So I'm like, you know what, all right, I'm gonna ride with that. In this case, since I have a Gen 3, I'm not gonna do it just yet, but I will in the future. Trust me, guys. Crank sprocket, oil pump gears, and a fuel system is coming in the future. I heard that you can also run into issues with the stock fuel rails, but we'll see. I haven't ran into that yet. I do hear that they are smaller than the Gen 2s, but we'll get there when we get there. Anyways, I'm gonna end it off with the sound clips. Once again, guys, drop a like, subscribe, comment, share. I hope you guys enjoy it, man, for real. Yeah, man, just keep on watching. I definitely want to test this thing out, so especially since there's not that many out there, let's do it, man. figured I'd get you guys some driving footage.